Yo, what up?
What's going on?
You got your boy Ken here.
You got James.
You know who the fuck we are. Let's just skip the formalities. And here we are again.
Episode 4, the Men and Means podcast.
Quattro.
The Big Four.
I think this is a big milestone for us, though. I think this is I think you're gonna see us coming to our own right now.
I agree.
Maybe not. We'll see. I don't know. You guys tell us. You know, that's the opportunity. You guys let us know what you think. Or don't, or fuck off. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, we're still working on it.
No, yeah, please let us know. Honestly, I'd like to get your opinions. We're really trying to evolve. I've got a lot of feedback lately. And let me make this clear. At this point, this is still us building the content, so the masses haven't heard this yet. However, a few people that are near and dear to our hearts, if you will, have kind of heard this and have been kind enough to give us a little feedback. So far, I think we're getting positive reviews on that aspect. But you know what? Once this actually hits the airwaves, I'm gonna say fuck you all the people who don't like it, and unless you have some positive feedback, and then we'll take it from there.
All right, so we're just sitting here enjoying a few beers, and as always,
well, let me make it clear. So, anytime we talk about alcohol, I want to elaborate on what exactly we're drinking. Currently, right now, we have a couple beers. Let's reiterate this. We are currently living in a pandemic time. Everything is shut the hell down, especially beers was the first thing to go. My personal perspective on it is this. I've been deemed an essential worker, as has my co-host here, James. We are both essential workers. We are forced to go to work still, while everyone else is at home, dicking around, having a good time. No, but on a serious note, I think a lot of people are not probably getting paid and everything, and so my sympathies go out to that. However, we go to work. Typically, though, after work, there's a local brewery that we like to go to, and that is called Old Stump Brewing Company, if you are familiar with that.
Good old Stumpage.
The Old Stump, shout out. However, they are currently still open to pick up beers. You can go in, pick up a 4-pack, whatever you want. I stopped by on my way over here today, picked up a 4-pack of the Rusty Gasket, which is an Irish style red ale, as well as the Shady Hammock, which is a citrus hop IPA. So right now we're both drinking one of the red ales, the Rusty Gaskets. This is one of our favorites from there. So there you go. That's the beer we're engaging ourselves in right now at this particular time.
We're getting primed with that, and that's what we're starting with.
Yeah. You know how we do.
Okay, so we got, as always, we get whiskey time.
That's right.
We like to open up every episode, give you guys a new whiskey, something new we haven't tried, or something we want the other to experience. I'm going to go out and be honest right now and say this bottle is here because it caught my eye. Ken's not too sure about it, but it caught my eye. It's simply because of the packaging. I'm not going to lie. I like the way it looked.
It looks old as fuck.
It looks old as fuck.
It looks like this is from fucking Indiana Jones. The shit that was locked in the vault with the old fucking what are them shits, the chalice. What is this shit called?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You guys know what I'm talking about. You've seen Indiana Jones, man. I don't even know which episode or whatever fucking movie it was, but you know what I'm talking about.
It reminds me of like a pirate whiskey. You know, I think
Jesus himself was drinking this. This is the shit he turned in. It wasn't wine. It was rye whiskey. And James has found the bottle.
And it could be the wooden cork top. You know what I mean? It could be that.
Could be a lot of things.
Could be the color scheme, but it kind of caught my eye. So I thought, you know what? Let's fucking try.
Honestly, the color of it looks like it is old. The liquor in itself looks old. I'm in though. You know what? Sometimes old is good, man. Oldie but goodie. Maybe that's what we're gonna dive ourselves into here. But James, why don't you give us a little details about it? Give us the name, what we're dealing with.
So the name of this is Michter's. It's single barrel Kentucky straight rye whiskey. So obviously single barrel straight rye whiskey. It's hailing from the first American distilleries. The whiskey is made from the highest quality American rye, matured in hand-selected charred white oak barrels. It is then further mellowed by our signature filtration. Now, I said it was probably filtered through diamonds, and Ken was saying probably through used charcoal.
Like some old briquettes from somebody's grill they threw out. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm being a little bit of a hater, but typically we like to discuss the presentation. Obviously we have two totally different perspectives on that in this particular situation.
Right.
That's where I land on it.
And it is old as fuck.
It's old. They're literally they're advertising it as we're one of the first distilleries. Like
right.
that. It looks like this was one of the first bottles they distilled. Is what it looks like.
Right. And it always try to market towards people when it says like distilled in small batches. It says according to the Michter's pre-Revolutionary War quality standards.
That's what it looks like, man. Like
so
Teddy Roosevelt himself.
Let's go ahead and get
into
into this fucking bottle because I've been wanting to try this.
Yeah. Let's just let's go and pour it up. Oh, all right. Look at that, man. That was nice. What do you think about the smell, man? You got a little sample of that. What you feeling on that?
It actually smells pretty smooth.
Smells smooth. Okay, odd statement.
Well, I pictured it. I was kind of hoping it would be a little more harsh, like like a little kick to it.
You want the smoky vibe?
I want a little smoky vibe, and sometimes I like drinking like not the best whiskey.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I just took a smell of that. It is. I don't know what he's talking about. It does not smell smooth in any fashion. This shit feels it's pretty strong. Wow. You know what? The second one wasn't nearly as bad. What did I say last time? Hello. Nice to meet you. But yeah, all right. That's where we're at a little bit. Actually, it tastes pretty smooth. Going down, it's not bad. Comes off fairly smooth. I can't really be too upset about that. Are you gonna give it a shot there, or are you just gonna look at it? What are we doing here?
I'm trying to gather my thoughts because
I can tell.
It smells smooth to me.
It does.
So
and not initially. My initial smell, and that's why I think you got to smell it more than once. I think that's something. You know what I mean? As a what are they called? Fuck! I can't believe a sommelier. Yeah. A sommelier, man. I don't know if that applies to everything, but right, I'm a whiskey sommelier.
Let's go ahead and give this a taste.
I already have, but go ahead. Fairly smooth.
It kind of tastes a little sweet up front, like real quick.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, there is no aftertaste, in my opinion,
at all. Really.
And you know what? Maybe that's the vibe. Hey, they've been doing this for a long time. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? They stuck to with their guns and they got it down.
So this was the style before the Revolutionary War. This is what they were sipping on.
Yeah.
It actually is pretty smooth. So
it's fairly smooth.
The smell, the second time around actually does smell a little smoother. And then the taste is actually surprisingly smooth. I was kind of hoping it would be, like I said, a little kick.
I don't know why you would. Can I tell you, you know what? Speaking of whiskey, the other day I went out, I had some Jack Daniels. I tried to drink it straight. And I was absolutely appalled by the quality of Jack Daniels. And I mean, this used to be my go-to back in the day. I can no longer enjoy Jack Daniels.
Good old Jack.
Yeah, no. Jack can fuck off is what I'm getting at. I'm not a fan. It was absolutely terrible. It literally made me never want to pick up a bottle of Jack Daniels again. I kind of figured, as this is from Kentucky as well, I think that kind of made me
hesitant.
Combine the two together. You know what I mean? Associate the two. I will say, man, this is much better. Yeah, the barrel was better. It's a single barrel right here. I'm looking right at it.
It must be
However,
charred white oak.
Yeah, I think this. The charred white oak is. It says charred and white. What does that even mean?
I don't know. Well,
charred.
Can something really
white.
be two things
can
at
you
once?
Be charred and white? You know what I mean? That seems like they contradict themselves. You know what I mean? But I get the point. The oak was white. I'm not an idiot. But yeah, so this is coming from Kentucky, established in 1753. I guess is the Michter's title there, the brand. That's some fucking time ago, if I might say myself.
I drink this again.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not mad at it. What's the price point? What are we looking at here, sir?
$40.
And you know what? It looks like they hand wrote the barrel number on the bottle. Actually, I imagine they just used that fancy font that it looks like we hand wrote it, but we didn't. You know what I mean? Speaking of which, man, when I was a child, I wrote a letter to Bill Clinton. Okay, as a child.
Was this before or after the scandal?
Prior to.
Oh wow.
To be honest, yes, prior to that, he had just got elected, And, you know, as kids, they're like, oh, send this letter in. I was like, oh, shit, all right. And I didn't think nothing of it. And then I got a letter back from Bill Clinton. And I'm a kid. And I mean, it's official seal stamped into it. And I'm like, yo, hey, guys, mom, dad, Bill Clinton wrote me a letter, you know? And they're like looking at me like, yeah, okay, Ken, cool. You know, I thought like, all right.
Was it at school?
Yeah, but they mailed it. I wrote my personal address on it, so they mailed it to my home, the return address.
So like
you
the
know
principal
what I mean?
of the school.
Yeah, I mean they mailed it from there, but you put your your own personal address, and so I'm thinking like, wow, he wrote me back, and yeah, I literally just right now realized no
Not
sir.
likely.
This was bullshit, and it was never actually a signature on that letter at all. It was just printed within the masses. You know, it probably didn't even go to the White House. It probably just went to
no.
a child fucking.
Yeah,
this is where you send the
They never
shit.
they never left the school.
Yeah, probably.
They you know it was a dead giveaway when they asked you to staple your note to a fucking your address information.
Yeah, dude.
And turn it into your teacher.
Hey, you're breaking my heart right now, man. I thought
Hey.
me and Bill had a thing. You know what I mean? Like we understood each other.
Bill was too busy.
Bill was obviously occupied.
He was
you know what I mean?
Very
He
occupied.
was in the Oval Office. You know?
he was with what's that dude name? Fucking the dude that hung himself.
Oh, I don't know.
Epstein.
Oh, Jeffrey.
He was on the island.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that guy seems like a real piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, he seemed like a real piece of
He
shit.
seemed, yeah, no longer with us. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know it's crazy, man. You see a lot of these big time celebrities. Aaron Hernandez. You know what I mean? Hey, man, that special came out not too long ago. I feel like we kind of got to fucking talk about that a little bit. That was a wild thing. Let's finish the whiskey time and let's check back in with Aaron Hernandez. I'd like to discuss that a little bit.
Okay.
I will not forget. I might. If we're drinking alcohol, you know how it goes.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and rate this. I'm gonna rate this a 6.
Okay, I'm gonna say presentation. I'm gonna give it like a 2. You know, it looks
Ooh,
old as
2?
fuck to me. Yeah, I don't like it. I wouldn't have bought it. I would have looked at it and thought, nah, I'm good. You know, I don't know. It's like the shit in the gasoline can next to it. And you know what I'm talking about. It looks like it was right next to the shit in the gasoline can in the goddamn grocery store. I can't associate myself with that. And me purchasing it. However, now that I have had it, it is not bad. It's actually really smooth. On second smells and everything ever after that, it doesn't smell bad. It smells pretty good. It's palatable. It doesn't have too much bite to it. It's very drinkable. I'd say too. Fellas, you know, you trying to drink with your lady or something. This is something they could probably tolerate. Which I think is always a good quality.
Probably be a good mixer.
Yeah, you know,
what I
man,
mean?
I wouldn't suggest to mix it. I don't know. I mean, but that's gonna be me probably with 99% of everything we drink. I just typically don't suggest to mix it. I think it does well on its own, and it's not too strong. Overall, I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm going 6. 6
Okay.
out of 10.
Okay, so we're on the same page on that.
Overall, 6 out of 10. Did you say 6?
I said 6.
Okay. What do we? I don't remember what we did with the 2 Glenfiddich.
Well, you rated the first Glenfiddich a 9, the second one
Yeah.
a 6.
I give it a 6. Damn. All right. Well, right there with it. You know what I mean?
you're
All right.
there. Middle of the road.
I probably went a little high on the first one. You know what I mean?
Oh,
To be
yeah.
fair, so here's I think me and Jens are thinking too is we want to try. Well, next move I think we're gonna do is we're gonna go a little higher quality.
Yeah.
Maybe we mentioned this last time. I don't fucking remember. But we're gonna go a little higher quality. I think, and we're gonna get some real levels to compare things to. This is the beginning, and we will build our repertoire up from there.
Yeah, because I don't anticipate us getting anything lower than a 5, and I don't think
No,
we've actually even got close to a 10.
You bring some Jack Daniels. No, yeah, I'm gonna rebut my 9 renege, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that word. You know what I'm getting at. But I'm gonna go ahead and renege anyway and say, man, it probably wasn't a 9, and I was just a little excited as I had purchased that one and I brought it to the party.
It was a little premature. It was very good.
Yeah, I'm usually a little biased, man. If I bring it, you know, I'm excited that I contributed to that and I want to hype it up. But that was probably a little much.
Yeah, it was a little high.
So we got 2 6s coming out of this one.
Yeah.
Not bad. Definitely drinkable. But I think too, until we have that big comparison, so until we go get that 21-year aged McAllen, special reserve, all the shit they throw on there.
And to be honest, the initial packaging is what caught my eye, but the more I see it like as some like pre-revolutionary shit, like I'm not a real big fan of like American history. You know what I mean? So it's like it kind of like the stars on here now are catching my attention.
Yeah, man, you went real.
I liked it more when it was a pirate vibe to me,
Yeah,
and then
but
you
no.
kind of like ruined it for me.
I know you ruined it when you purchased it. Yeah,
but I still like the presentation.
You know what, man? I'm gonna say this. When you say American history, the very next thing I associate with that is X.
Yeah.
I literally could not get it out. Could not move on without saying that. And that makes me hate this bottle even more. Okay, I don't want to get my face stomped in the curb.
Nah, but half of you is white.
Half of me is like stomp his fucking face in the curb.
Right.
I'm kidding, man. That is never condoned, and that is never cool.
Yeah.
Fucking stomp his fucking face in the curb. And you know what? The black dude got revenge in the end. He came back and he copped the motherfucker in the bathroom.
I think Michter's does manufacture boots as well.
Now I want to talk about American History X, sir. Okay? I don't want you moving along. Fuck that.
Is that on Netflix?
Man. Hey, there's a song in there with this big dude is singing, driving his van. And like, I'll never get this song out of my mind. And that shit is just so fucked up. Wow, man. James has made the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Is this a very racial song?
Oh, it's about as racial song as I've ever heard in my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. It literally, it caps the racist songs I've ever heard. There's not many racist songs I've heard, but right. that one is one, and probably the only one, and it's at the top of the list, nonetheless.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of the pandemic, obviously, like you said in the beginning of this. So I know everybody's binging everything. We got a couple of good shows coming out, right? That just came out. I haven't got a chance. Ozark specifically.
Ozark season 3, shout out there. Just started it. It's going well.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
If anybody hasn't seen it, go back and watch 1 and 2. You could probably binge that quick because it's very good.
I think, James, how long did it take you to watch season 2?
Less than 48 hours.
Yeah, I think I watched 9 episodes the first day, and next day and that was only because I thought it's risky. I might not be fully attentive on this one.
And you probably had to go to work.
I did, but fuck work. I'll stay up and watch that. I'd be tired of work for Ozark. However, I just thought I couldn't give it my full attention if I would have went one more episode. So I waited till I got home, and then I polished the season off right there.
Yeah.
Episode 3's out. I began it. It's going well. I like that one a lot. However, let's get to a little more controversial shows that are out. We got Tiger King is popular right now. Everyone's watching that. It's about a bunch of meth addicts fucking raising tigers and doing a bunch of weird shit like that. It actually gets real graphic. I don't think James has seen it. Have you seen it, James?
I haven't seen it on principle alone. I feel like it's shit. I feel like they're just giving us shit right now.
You know what? I'm not going to say it's not shit, but I want you to elaborate a little bit on where you're coming from with that.
Like, for instance, I just feel like it was probably already made and like in the vault. And like, they're like, you know what? We got to get something new out there.
People are at home.
People are home. Here's the thing. If there was a guy that was fucking like killing people with broomsticks, like, and they made a documentary about him and then like they decided to spring it on me, I'm not really into that shit. So
I might be a broomstick killer. It sounds kind of cool,
but it's just like
how did he pull it off? You know what I mean?
It just seems like they're making something out of nothing. Because like how many drug addicts out there can you really make interesting documentaries on?
Shaquille O'Neal visited this man at his tiger sanctuary. Bro.
Yeah, I get it. Who doesn't like tigers though? That's what I'm saying.
Hey, this man ran for governor. He was trying to run for president. This guy was doing some weird shit. Okay, he hated Carol Baskin. I think that was her name. He was like, you know what, Mellow Man? I think this guy is obviously a piece of shit, to be real. Let's just call it what it is. He's clearly a piece of shit. And he gets no respect from me. However, I do think, watching people just fucking fail and just be trash, it's like American. I think it's like American culture now, man. It is who we are. We want to engage ourselves in this. We want to watch this, and especially in the social media age, man, we are enthralled with the trash that is given us, and that's we kind of gravitate towards that shit, and here we are, and everyone's talking about Tiger King, and it is trash. You are right.
How do you feel about like crime shows, like Unsolved Mysteries and
Forensic Files is like one of my favorite shows
and-
ever. Speaking of which, I just watched another show on Netflix. I excuse me, I forget the title. I will find it now. However, I just watched one about some crime lab workers who were basically total hardcore drug addicts and were just tainting,
skimming off the top.
Skimming off the top. They were just fucking taking all kind of different shit. I mean, and these chicks were, I mean, one chick, there was one chick that was just taking every drug under the table. You know what I mean? Anything she could get her hands on, and just kept going and going. And I just kind of thought like, wow. And you know what? Here's the thing that blew my mind was this is Massachusetts. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm just going to be real about it. I think, man, and to see how that had impacted white America was a whole nother story. And then the way that the judicial system kind of swept it on the rug in a little bit. You know what I mean? And the defense lawyers are trying to get everyone off and everything else. And that was kind of mind-blowing to me. That was kind of my biggest takeaway from it was like, wow. You have wrongfully prosecuted people because now you have tainted evidence, and they would not just let them. You know what I mean? Like,
what was her profession?
She was a drug crime analyst. You know what I mean? Like,
because like for me, if I was to find like a kilo of like heroin or something, I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't even know what to do with it.
I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what it's supposed to do to me. I wouldn't know necessarily how to like inject myself and all that shit. But these people, they probably don't have the same fear or unknown or uncertainties of how it works in the body, right?
Well, no, I would imagine she probably did, as she was a chemist, right? That was her background, right? So so this lady, let me make it clear, man. I was watching this shit last night, as a matter of fact. She starts taking liquid methamphetamines, right? You know, and to me, I'm always like, wow, that's a step above anything I've ever been willing to go. But this chick was doing this, and she starts, and she's like, I take a couple drops and just drop on my tongue. Then I had a metal thing, like a little metal fucking shovel thing, you know, if you will. And she's like, yeah, I dip it in there, and I lick that, and dip it in, and lick it again, and she's just getting lit. And this is all at work, on the job, high as a fucking kite. However, apparently with meth, you know, this shit's just going to get you. It's kind of like an Adderall vibe. You know what I mean? I have seen Adderall, and I know how that works. You
think it lasts as long?
I have no idea. I imagine it lasts longer. You know what I mean?
I imagine it'd be shorter.
When we're talking about this particular, I mean, these are like lab grade drugs that she's dealing with. These are what they call the standard, which I imagine is what they're measuring it against. I imagine it's in its purest form. This is the Breaking Bad shit, if you will. You know what I mean? And so they're doing that, and she's just doing this and doing this and doing this. And the thing that blew my mind was she says her boss one day comes in, and like he announces like, hey, we're gonna start testing all, you know, making sure all the inventory is correct. And what does she do? She goes and pours water into this shit, right? Which, I mean, this is me as a child, and I'm drinking my parents' liquor, and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna know. Pour some water in it, and we're good.
Water it down.
This chick pours it in there. However, this liquid meth is like oil, and you pour water into it. And we all know liquid and water and oil don't mix, and it separates in the bottle. And her boss comes in and just decides like, oh, it must just be old, and throws it out. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, this whole charade could have been over at that point. Had you known had you been good at your job, you'd have known this is not how it happens.
But let's just state this real quick for everybody. A lot of things in, let's just say, our country, right? Let's say regulatory things or things that you would think are highly regulated fields. How many dumb fucks do we work with?
Oh, man.
Right? Not naming anybody specifically, but how many dumb fucks? We cannot count them on two hands.
I'd say there's many people that I know that shouldn't be where they are, but they are.
Exactly.
And there they are.
Exactly. So,
and then we got to make up for them.
Right. So a lot of times, yeah, you're going to get that guy that walks in and sees this shit separated and is like, huh, I don't really deal with this
Something's
shit.
wrong.
It must be old.
Throw it away.
Throw it out.
What I mean? Yeah.
No
Tiger
one's...
King. These are Tiger King people.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the Tiger Kings of the world, all right? And we got to deal with them every day. You know what? Imagine you guys out there, you guys know some Tiger King people in your world, okay? Wherever the fuck you work at, there's some people there that you're sitting there like, you have no fucking business being here. However, these are the guys telling you what to do. And you're like, man, you have no clue, do you? You have no fucking clue. And we all have to sit there and just kind of be like, okay.
You know, I haven't seen Tiger King, but like when I see images of the guy, I feel like Tiger King is like too prestigious of a name.
It is.
You know what I mean?
He self-named himself Joe Exotic. Right?
Yeah.
That blew my mind. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you Joe Exotic? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Tiger King's a little too prestigious for me. I'm like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I made a comment to a group chat right now from people at my job making fun of someone, and my team didn't back me up on it, and I wish I wouldn't have done it. But I did it. It wasn't someone at work. It was about the Tiger King, though. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to point out the Tiger King. Well, you know what, man? To me, it blows my mind that here we are. We're talking about some guy who, I mean, and this guy was a meth dude. He was smoking meth and doing all these wild things. And I'm not going to speak on a lot of things because it's not, probably not the right platform to do so. However, this guy would sit there and he's an older dude and was like hooking up with these young dudes and like hooking them on meth and all this shit. And then tried to run for president.
You said hooking up?
I said hooking up.
Hooking up? I thought you...
No, and that's what I said. Like sometimes I think it's the right platform, but
yeah,
you let it go. But he was hooking up with young dudes, dudes that didn't have shit going on, and we're just gonna take it at that. But you know what I mean, man. And it was just like, hey, bro, you a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get these kids hooked on fucking drugs. They had nowhere to go. These are kids that come in impoverished neighborhoods, impoverished settings. Nothing else really going on. You and then you brought them into your world, and then you gave them drugs. And that's why I think, man, this guy's a piece of shit. Fuck this guy. You know what? I don't want to spoil it, so I won't spoil it yet. Maybe next episode when everyone's had a chance to watch Tiger King. I imagine if you haven't now,
what else are you doing?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Yeah, what else could you possibly
Like,
do?
you're sitting at home, you should finish this shit in one day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I work every day, overtime every day, and I finish it in 2 days. You know what I mean?
I'm not watching it just based off of principle, but...
Well, fuck your principle, okay? Watch the show.
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
Watch the show. You know
that's like the one type of person that like they make me cringe.
But that's the reason.
Existence.
That is the reason to watch.
No,
it's like, oh, this guy's a piece. This is the reason I go to Walmart.
No,
I go to Walmart. Let me explain to you guys. One of my favorite things in the world. I love to go to Walmart. I love it, especially like 2 in the morning. Okay, the 24-hour Walmarts are my favorite Walmarts. I go in there, especially me after being out a little bit. I'm like, I'm a little lit. I'm gonna tell you a little story, a little throwback Thursday, if you will. You know what I mean? Me and my boy Andrew, aka Cobra, aka Golden Boy, for all intended purposes, I'm the fucking Golden Boy. But fuck that dude. You know what I mean? His family calls me Silver Boy, and I accept that. However, the point I'm trying to make is this: me and him, we used to go out all the time and shit. I'm like, yo, bro, let's go to Walmart. He's like, for what? Like, man, for the fucking ambiance, bro. And nobody understands that when I say it initially. However, we get to Walmart. We walking around. I'm telling them, I was like, watch, it's just like a club. It's like a fucking club in here, but you don't got to pay admission, bro. You just walk in. You don't got to be dressed up. You don't give a fuck. You just go in. We walk into this Walmart. We kicking it, whatever. It's all the weirdest things you could see. I mean, the people working there look like they are literally out on probation. This is like your fucking work release program at Walmart. And I imagine Walmart's capitalizing like a motherfucker. Walmart's one of the most savage organizations I've ever seen. And they don't give a fuck. They don't pay their people nothing. And they don't give them benefit. Whatever. That's a whole nother topic on another day. Point I'm making, though, is we walk in. We do that. We see that. And then I think I was helping him move, his whole family move. And so, we working and shit. We buying Gatorade. these three chicks walk up, they're talking to him, you know what I mean? You know, they Latinas and shit. And I'm like a black dude, so they don't want to talk to me at all. They don't give a fuck. Like, fuck you, dude. What's up with your boy? I'm like, man, he like 5'2". You know what I mean? What you talking to him for? However, whatever. And I'm like, yo, what's y'all names? And I only remember two, but I'll never forget these two. She was like, yeah. One was like, yeah, my name's Tipsy. The other one's like, yeah, my name's Lala. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who are you? You know what I mean? Your parents did not name you Lala or Tipsy. And I was like, why would you want to be known as Tipsy? I get it, but I don't. You know,
it probably explains her behavior.
Yeah, it explains
you know what I mean?
The fact,
and she owns it.
Yeah, and she did, and I'm just sitting like, and you know what? I've put myself in this position to I'm here too.
No, I get you on the whole Walmart people watching shit. I was there one of the last times I was there. I saw this family or group of gypsies or whatever the fuck they were. Look at they. I was in self checkout with them. They all were paying separate, but they were all kind of like together, which is kind of confusing to me. I was like, "Are you guys in line or what the fuck?"
Is this one register or what the fuck are we doing?
And here's the funny thing: they all had like frozen foods. Like they all had frozen foods, but like we all paid together. You know what I mean? In the self checkout, we all paid together.
You joined them? You jumped in their squad? Or
I
what the fuck?
I was kind of like just kind of trapped in their little group right there.
Right.
So we're all walking out and they walk into this van and I'm like, are they living in this van? And if so, why so many frozen foods? Like they had
like, how are you warming them up?
Yes. Like, are you, you guys can't possibly be going somewhere.
AM, PM.
Maybe.
Ampum.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on the whole people watching thing. But the thing is like, I'm the guy who like, there's a car accident and I don't give a fuck. Get out of the way. I don't care.
No, I'm with you. Like, okay. However, I'm with you. Like, hey, I just think you got to be efficient in how you look at that car accident. Like, I get you.
Okay.
Like, like this not fuck everyone else's day up, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I understand there could be some tragic shit that happen. However, don't make it tragic for me where I'm late to work and I got to explain this shit.
Yeah.
We all just look as we pass. You know, accordingly. It's okay. I get it, but I don't need you to go 2 miles an hour.
Right.
Fucking slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
you're not gonna pull over and help.
Hey, look. Fuck this. We all talk on our phone. I'm texting all the time as I'm driving. You know what I mean? I'm doing all kind of shit. I'm ratchet as fuck. Who gives a shit?
He drives a Tesla, so it drives for him.
Oh, I'm driving. No, bro. I'm driving a motherfucking Ferrari, fucking 338, fucking Spider. I don't know. No, man, I'm driving a mom car. I drive a Camry. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm responsible.
It's dependable.
It's dependable and I'm responsible. It's fuel efficient, okay? Fuck everybody. Point I'm making is, though, still, I could see an accident, I could glance over and then proceed about my fucking day. I don't need to slow down and Snapchat it and fucking Instagram it and do all this. I'm not hopping out like, hey, everybody. No, man, like... You fucking everybody else's day up. There's thousands of people, which is the best part of the pandemic. To me,
no traffic.
I get on the fucking freeway now, and I'm like, I can't believe I get to work in 5 minutes. What have I been? What the fuck has the world been before this? And it makes me think Thanos was onto something.
Oh, shit.
Thanos had a goddamn... He saw something that we all needed to understand. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
It's a shit thing to say, but you know what I mean. It's just like it's a lot nicer.
I can't agree with that statement because I'm part of the Avengers team.
I'm a part of the Avengers team. I am the Avengers team. We've never established who I am. Me
Tony
and Anthony.
Stark.
So you guys know Anthony, man. Me and Anthony used to constantly go back and forth. Who's who? And we still don't fucking know, you know, man. Me and Anthony are just we're like fucking Iron Man and War Machine, but neither one of us want to be War Machine.
No. You guys are like Tony Stark and then the suit. Like you guys, like it's not fuck War Machine.
Yeah, I'm the fuck War Machine. Okay,
you know what I mean. Like,
and if that was the case, then I am Tony Stark because I'm the party dude. You know what I mean? Anthony's responsible. I got to go home guy.
He's a
and I'm like,
machine.
hey guys, this is Pete in the suit. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And Anthony, you know goddamn well I'm right. Right?
Yeah, but no traffic has been nice. Definitely been nice.
No traffic is the best part of this whole thing. However, man, it's just so boring, you know? But my boy told me today, my boy James was like, yo, man, I'm about to start playing Call of Duty. And I was like, well, this thing just turned itself the fuck around. Okay, because I am in. I haven't played this shit. I've been busy lately. I'm gonna say it like this. I've been occupied. I've had better things to do. So I've been doing that lately. However, I would say if my boy gets on, I'm in.
Well, I'm trying not to get sucked into the Tiger King world.
Fuck the Tiger King. Let's get on Call
I'm
of
trying
Duty.
to do other things that maybe would help stimulate like other shit.
Pornography
And video games.
Yeah.
I think if you just give all your attention to those things that stimulate the brain as opposed to just like watching a car wreck,
Yeah.
you're better off.
None of us need to watch car wrecks. Car wrecks are terrible.
Right.
I'm always amazed at how modern media is so negatively driven.
Oh yeah. It has to perpetuate itself somehow, right?
It blows my mind, man. It's just a sad sign of society. You know what I mean? Like it's always negative.
Well,
everything.
Don't you think that they do that because they rather play off people's natural reactions to things? Because let's be honest, there's more haters out there than people that are happy for people.
Well, I mean, absolutely, man. You know, but I think too, we have as a society, we have the opportunity to kind of cradle that, if you will, and kind of guide that in a better direction. However, I think too, I think we tend to go the other direction and perpetuate it the other way. And make it like we're violence and all this, man. And you gotta understand too, man. Like that's been my world my whole life. You know, is being violent, and then trying to jump into a professional aspect of it has been kind of challenging too. Because it's like, man, at work now, it's like you have someone who wants to be difficult, and everything in me kind of wants to be like, man, I'll fuck you up. You know what I mean? But that's not the vibe. You can't be like that. So you got to be professional. You got to understand and hey. No, okay. Well, let me hear your problems. And okay. Well, no. You make a good point. Let's talk about it. Wow. Okay. But fuck that shit. You know, I'm like, man, do you popping off talking shit? Fuck you. You know. And here's one of the funniest things is there's a young lady I know that I work with, and she was telling me about some situations in her world. And one of the most people that I always thought like would be like real like docile in that regard, like not really trying to, before I knew her, you know what I mean? Like I always thought like, wouldn't want to get into a real like physical beef aspect of it.
Like squabbing?
Yeah. Squabbing, squabbles, getting it
squabbles?
In, you know what I mean? Handling this shit, fucking physically getting the fucking in. And I'm talking to her one day, man, and she's telling me like, nah, you know, like, you push the right buttons, I'll fuck your shit up, and I don't give a fuck.
The claws come out.
And literally respected her a million times more for it. But then I understood too, like, okay, like, this is everyone we're dealing with. You know what I mean? It's not just me. I always kind of associated with like James, like us. Like you don't understand our world, right? Like I'm not saying we had a shitty life growing up, but we weren't in the same aspect as a lot of people we work with. They had another world, right? But then talking to her, and I'm like
what, like a spoon?
What do you mean on the spoon? Like cuddled in a spoon or like silver spoon?
Silver spoon.
I think we think a lot of people have a silver spoons, and I think some people did. Some people do, but those ones are easy to identify because you check them a little bit, and they immediately are like, oh no, you know, whoa.
Do you believe that some people are due for an ass whooping? Like,
oh yeah.
I think like somewhere deep down inside of our DNA, like we're wired for like physical like altercation on some level.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
But you know what? No. Have you ever seen The Great Gatsby?
I have not.
Oh my God. Hey, okay. All right, everybody out there, here's my challenge to James. And I sincerely mean this in every aspect. 2, I know my man likes to listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw 2 methods out there. Watch the fucking movie. I would literally purchase it for you and have it handed to you so you can watch it. I'm bumping my face on the mic and shit. But I would give it to you, or I will give you a credit and I will send it to you for The Great Gatsby, which is narrated by Jake Gyllenhaal, by the way. I've gotten many ads for it lately, and I was like, man, I love that. If you ever want to get a deeper perspective, I thought, number one, I think if I'm telling you something, James, understanding our worlds and the things that we have bonded over in our past, The Great Gatsby would be a great book for you just to hear and to watch either or. It'd be a good vibe.
I agree because I do consume other content. Like, for instance, I listen to this one podcast that talks about how to write stories and shit. They reference The Great Gatsby a lot and the storyline to it and how they write it, how they wrote it. You know what I mean? And it is a good story.
Yeah, don't tell me it's a good story. You never even fucking read it.
But. No, but I got the outline. But
yeah, hey, if you know I'm gonna talk shit, so fuck off.
Plus Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Well, okay, and I'm gonna say this, man. The biggest downside to it to me, and no disrespect, man, but Tobey Maguire, he's just so childish, and like I feel like he's a pedophile's dream, and it's weird to me, and I don't know, it freaks me out. Now, speaking of that,
name me Tobey Maguire's best movie.
Great Gatsby. Okay.
Yeah, because I was gonna say none.
Without a shadow of a doubt, and really, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, but he's in it, so there you go. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I just remember him playing fucking Spider-Man and walking down the street like fucking
cool guy.
finger fucking gunning everybody. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. I can't think of any other. What else has he been in? That's the good question.
Seabiscuit.
Yeah, I don't remember Seabiscuit. I think I've seen it, but I don't recall it. I remember it was like a big movie. You know what? It makes me want to watch it again. I will watch Seabiscuit and we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah.
I
won't. But I watched Good Gatsby. I've been meaning to, but
no. I think I might have it on DVD. Or otherwise, I'll put it on a fucking flash drive, motherfucker. And I'll get it to you. I get it back from you 2 years later. Yeah. You know what I mean? He gave me Avengers Infinity War. I mean, this is like a year after Endgame came out. You know what I mean? Like, I give it to me, give it back to me, like a year after Endgame, and we saw Endgame together. And this is the shit I got.
It was plugged into the back of my TV for a year, and I had not remembered that it was in there, because usually your friends don't share movies like that, on a fucking flash drive.
Hey, well, you know what? When your other friends don't have any other means of fucking consuming these movies, what do?
Then it works, right?
You fucking give them what they are ready to receive.
I appreciated it because
no, he's making fun of me and talking shit. What a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, you wait. What movie did you give me?
I gave you fucking Infinity War and Deadpool.
Yeah, you gave me Infinity War.
And Deadpool.
No, you were supposed to give me Deadpool once I gave it back.
I gave you two movies. That's all of the fucking flash drive would fucking fit. I gave you, and it was like Deadpool 2 had come out, and he hadn't watched Deadpool 1 yet. And I was like, well, how can you proceed here?
No.
Oh, fuck you, man. I got the flash drive at home, and I will go home and see what's on it still.
You gave me Infinity War, and you said, give it back to me, and then I'll load up fucking Deadpool 2.
There was 2 movies on there. I was trying to give you more than that. But that was all I had because I had the fucking whatever the fucking Fire Stick, whatever that shit's called. What was it called? What I had? Cody. I had Cody, and I was putting everything on there, and it was like, nah, man, that's enough. No, I used to download movies on my laptop. That's what I used to do.
You came through though, and my bad for a year. That flash drive,
it meant nothing. Yeah, it meant nothing to me.
I had to return it though, even though I like collecting them. They come in handy.
That's how I am with lighters. I'm like, oh yeah. Ask Mario from work. He gave me a lighter and I gave him one back and it wasn't his. And I said, you'll never get it back, Mario. Yeah. That one's gonna run out of fuel in like 2 days.
You give him the old shit.
Yeah, fuck off, dude. But it's the same one. Are you
talking about Mario Porno Freak of the Week? Porno
Freak of the Week. Oh, Mr. Lugo,
CEO.
Yeah, he's the chingon. No, that's my boy Padilla. Shout out to David Padilla,
Bear Hunter.
Oh man, that guy. Hey, you know what, man? That guy inspires me though. Can we talk about that a little bit? My man he lives his life. From what I know about him, and I don't know him that great. James, he can elaborate a little better on this aspect of it. But let me introduce you guys. Like I knew him before, but I didn't know him, right? So I'd see him at work, and I was always like, he was very nice. Hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh, what's up? Cool, we cool.
How you doing?
Yeah, and then whatever he decides he wants to go find another job, do his thing. He ends up coming back to work with us again, which is all great. And then he comes to my team, and I'm like, no, I remember him. He was always cool with me, all good.
Great worker.
Yeah. Everything I knew about him was always quality, so I had no issues with him. He's on my team and everything, and then I'm talking to him, man. And number one, I wanted to say, man, my boy James can influence people like on some fitness shit. This motherfucker David told me today. And David, you know what? I hope you don't mind this, but I'm gonna be real. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna eat oatmeal 3 times a day," and I was like, "David, what the fuck are you talking about? Oatmeal 3 times a day? Are you out of your fucking mind?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, let me just say this. Let me give David some credit. David taught me a lot of shit initially. Like, to be honest with you, before David, I don't think I even knew what a fucking macronutrient was. So
Right.
he schooled me on that.
No, fair enough. Fair
Right,
enough.
because he's got a lot of background in that shit. So, but he's sensitive to carbs. So he's trying out different carbs, and he's like, you know what, rice fucks me up. So he's like, I'm gonna try oatmeal. And if you're ever trying to help somebody get into the fitness world or nutrition or whatever, sometimes you just gotta leave them be. Go ahead, try, experiment. The whole thing's a fucking experiment. What works best for you? So he's like, I'm gonna try oatmeal 3 times a day. It's slow digesting. It's. I'm like, oh, whatever, man.
Sounds like a terrible plan. It sounds so terrible. Right at the top.
It doesn't sound appetizing. Like
No,
I don't want to eat 2 bowls of oatmeal a day.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, man? Hey, if you make oatmeal right, but it wouldn't be the way you guys are gonna eat it. If you make oatmeal my way, hey, one day I challenge you. Let me make you a bowl of oatmeal. Fuck everybody. I had a boy, one of my best friends ever growing up. He was very particular. Hey, I'd only eat my mother's oatmeal. And so I used to have my own. I had my own spot and shit, man. And he used to come over. I kicked it with him every day, and I you know, whatever, we make fucking ramen. You know, I was fucking young and poor as fuck.
He
you
had
know what
Quaker
I mean?
and Maruchan.
But no, this motherfucker one day was like, "Yo," I was telling him like, "Look, all I got is oatmeal." And he's like, "Look, if you make it legit, I'll eat it." And I was like, "Look, Josh." Oh, my bad. I just pointed this motherfucker's name out. Josh, you know who I'm talking about. Fuck you, man. This is for you. He tells me like, I don't think you can make it like how I like it. And I was like, I'm gonna blow your fucking mind right now. You know, so I'm in there fucking, I'm chefing this shit up in my mind. And remember, I'm making fucking oatmeal. It's come on, what do you do? But I'm hooking it up. He tells me,
please tell me you're cooking it on the stove.
"Oh, well, what the fuck you doing? Microwaving a motherfucker in a bowl?"
Hey.
Well, I got this fucking apples and cinnamon.
I don't know if you had any fucking. I don't know.
No, bro. All I make is the regular fucking oatmeal. You know what I mean? The regular fucking in the weird container oatmeal. You know what I mean? But I make it my way. I make it the way I think my mother used to make it. Because as a kid, my mother used to make me oatmeal and it used to blow my fucking mind. It was the greatest shit. I used to make oatmeal sandwiches where you just take 2 slices of toast.
How's she doing, by the way?
Hey, shout out to that. Fuck yeah. You know what she's doing? She's
anyways.
she's not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Right.
I get you on that though.
Hey,
Mom's recipe.
Hey, and if you guys got that, I loved it. You know what I mean? That was my favorite joke of the night. So, all right. Anyway, but yeah. So, whatever, man. Fuck this oatmeal talk. You know, I made some oatmeal. He loved it. He couldn't refute it. And
No.
from that day on, I knew I'm a fucking chef, baby. I make whatever the fuck you want.
Hey, but if you made it like his mom, there's an art to making oatmeal.
I didn't make it like his mom. I made it like my mom, is what I said.
Well, okay. So you made oatmeal mother style.
I made mama's oatmeal.
You know, there's like home style shit. This is like mom style.
No, this is mama's oatmeal.
Yeah.
And I made it.
You know,
and I'm not a mama.
But back to David, I told him, okay, I'm like, okay, so I'm like, if you're gonna do 3 servings of oatmeal a day, fuck it. I try to convince him to fucking blend one of the batches into like a protein shake. Just blend this shit up, you know. And he refused to do so. So it didn't sound very appetizing.
As an obese gentleman myself, I gotta say this, man. I do understand the means behind. And you know, first off, let me explain this. Fuck being obese. You know, I think that the standards is such bullshit, and that's bullshit. I'm fucking fit. I'm fucking yoked. Okay.
Well, the word
Personally,
obese is like often like associated with just being overweight.
Yeah, no. And you know what,
Even
man?
slightly.
I had a nutrition class in college, and these motherfuckers was like, "Oh, if you're at this weight limit and this height, you're obese." And I'm like, I was only like 2 pounds above it, and I was like, "You son of a bitches, fuck everybody, fuck everybody in this fucking class," you know. However, though, I thought, man, like I'd outwork everybody in here. That's my opinion, and maybe not, but you know what? I felt like I probably could.
People carry weight differently. Like
Yeah,
there's
I
certain
carry
people.
it well.
There's certain people who like look skinny from the back, and then they look like big from the front.
Isn't that weird? When you
Yeah.
see them from the back, you're like, oh,
they lost
turn
weight.
around like, oh, whoa, what the fuck happened to you?
Yeah.
You know? But we're not gonna get into weight because that's a touchy subject. All I'm saying is this though. My point is this. Number one, I think the way that I think in America, man, America's a weird country. You know what I mean? Like we have a lot of access to a lot of things, and it's not fair to judge us on the same standards. I think we need to fucking rebalance the scales, and also, I just like to say this, man. Like as far as that, you guys heard the last episode. I told you, man. Like I was trying to outwork Anthony 2. Anthony 2 was kind of like, wow, bro, you can't do a push up. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, man, I swear I can. Like I can. Stop judging me. But fuck that. Point I'm making is this. I'm sexy as fuck, bro.
Can I address one thing about this fucking? Yeah, in regards to this whole fucking pandemic going down and everyone's working out at home and trying to do what they got to do, and it's funny because it's like, let's be honest, you're doing what you got to do, right? There's certain people who are in the fitness world, they're trying to do
Like
what they
me.
have to do.
Yeah, like me. Yep. And the fitness world is trying to, by any means necessary.
But I was thinking about it earlier, and I was thinking like, damn, sometimes people go to jail, right? And then they're working out by any means necessary. So what people are doing now is like what people do whenever you put them in an area.
James, I've considered like maybe I should just get arrested so I could go to jail and get fit. Maybe give me like 6 months.
Built.
I'll come out like all yoked up. Like yeah, it was well worth the shit. And I'm fucking down now. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what's funny?
No.
Every time I'm watching like a YouTube video on nutrition or bodybuilding or something, I'm scratching my head like, wait, how do they do it in jail? Like, how are they in the calorie surplus?
What are they fucking feeding them?
Like, how are they in the calorie surplus? Like,
hey, but imagine all the dudes you're looking at.
Steroids.
No.
Oh,
What color are they?
what all the dudes
That you're paying attention to? They're either brown or black.
Like on
is what I'm
YouTube?
saying. Yeah.
Nah, they're
No,
not all
I'm talking
brown
about
and
the
black.
dudes in jail though.
Oh, in jail?
Yeah, brown or black. No.
Well, the only people yeah.
Yeah. That's why, man. We're just
Genetically
inclined.
yeah, as I would like to say.
No, I'm just fucking around, man. White guys are buff too sometimes. Adam Bird, shout out.
Shout out Adam Bird.
I should have said his last name.
Shout out Adam.
Adam, and he likes birds.
Adam Tomahawk.
Yeah, that's it. Tomahawk.
Tomahawk.
Son of a bitch,
You son of a bitch. I haven't talked to you in months.
Yeah, I know, man. You just left us and
You
just
son
fucking
bitch.
high and dry, man.
God.
But anyway, it's back to that aspect of it. No, man, I respect it. You know what I mean? I respect the people that really dedicate themselves to really focus on these things. And you know what, man?
David's trying new shit.
David
servings of oatmeal?
is doing some things, and you know what, man? It's innovative thinking. You know what I mean? You got to think like that. In my opinion, I'm curious to what other people have done and tried to do to get themselves. And you know what? Because at one point, like James, you remember when you first met me? You remember way back in the day, I was fucking skinny for a while.
Scrawny.
I was skinny as fuck.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
skinny.
I remember other motherfuckers used to tell me like, "Oh man, dude, you skinny as fuck," and I used to be like, "It's fucked up," because in my mind I used to be like, "Nah, man, I ain't skinny at all." You know what I mean? But the reality is like, nah, man. I see pictures now and I'm like, holy shit, look at me now. You know what I mean?
I saw-
Because now I'm just ripped, locked, fucking loaded.
I saw an old picture of Ken, and I was like, the problem was Ken was standing in front of me when I saw it. So I was like, either this guy's related to Ken or this was Ken.
It was my father.
And he was just super skinny.
My father is super. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
man.
your
That was
father
weird.
is super.
He's super black.
I can't
That's what
say
he
it.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a nigga.
Yeah, that's exactly. Every time I think of your dad, I picture you saying that.
Yeah. But yeah, I usually do. You know what I mean? But
With every story of his dad, it's attached. He's like, my dad is whoop my ass. He's a.
Yeah, he's a nigga, man.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean? But man, it's all fun and games. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but everybody's trying different shit. You know what I mean? So you look at like what everybody's doing. And I'm like, you guys okay?
My question is always this too. Like, one year you hear like, hey, this is what you need to be doing, and then 6 months later it's like, oh no, don't do that. That shit was bad. You need to be doing this.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, I know a guy. that I work with, man, I won't mention no names, but he tells me the other day, like, you know, my new diet is. And I was like, nah, man, what's your new diet? And me and him standing outside. He's smoking a cigarette. And he's like, yeah, man, all I do is drink coffee and I'll smoke cigarettes until dinner time. And then I eat all the steak I want, you know? And I'm like, okay. So, like 5 p.m. ish, you just eat a bunch of meat? And he's like, yep. And I was like, that's never gonna work. You know? I was like, I get what you, and I thought of James immediately because this is the shit he used to tell me, and I'm like, I get it. Like, yeah, you'll probably lose some weight, and you will rapidly too because you're not eating, and you will, and it's all protein, but you're not working out either, so you're not gonna get any gains from the protein. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna do this, and then you're gonna go back to normal, and your body's gonna be like, oh my god, like mine. Your body's gonna be like, oh my god. I want all this shit and I have to sustain it. I have to hold it all in. Yeah. And now you're fucked. You will fuck yourself more than ever before. And James used to tell me this years ago when I was super skinny, and I used to tell him like, man, I don't eat shit all day, and I go home and I'll eat like a small little meal, but I'm fucking hungry all day. And he's like, that's the worst thing you could do. Yeah. And James, this wasn't the James you see today. He wasn't into this shit as tough as he is at all, but he had the knowledge at that point. And speaking of which, I'm gonna say one day I decided to challenge James. I thought, like, you know what, James? I see you doing your thing. However, man, I watch YouTube at night. Fuck you, man. You ain't telling me nothing about nothing. And we were talking about like a foot muscle or some shit. Some calf muscle or some shit. And I thought, like, James, you'll never outclass me, bro. That's just me, man. I'm prideful as fuck. I thought, like, nah, man, you'll never outclass me. And I was telling him, I was like, yeah, well, this and that, whatever the fuck I was saying. And James stops and breaks that muscle down and breaks how that muscle works down and everything else. And I literally just stopped. And that was a day, and you tell me I'm wrong, but I was like, literally like, all right, you win. I respect you from this day forward when it comes to anything like this. I respect the fuck you're talking about, and I fucked up in every aspect that I didn't just resort back to what you had to say about it.
Yeah, and you know, I spend a lot of time like YouTubing and reading and fucking researching specifically for the moments of teaching. Like just to help you understand, like, okay, this is why you do this, you know, and because it helps me get to where I want to be. But it's funny because when people question, like, he's gonna come at you with like he's gonna test you. If you're into something, he's gonna test you. If you're into cars and he's got knowledge about cars, he's gonna push it.
Here's my thing. Like, if I have the basic knowledge and I can outclass you, fuck you then. I don't respect what you're talking about. So I got a dude I work with, man. He has the Acura Integra. And so you know who you are now. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
We'll have him here.
It's literally been sitting in his garage for fucking 15 years. Right? You know who I'm talking about. And I love this motherfucker, man. He's one of the best people I know, man. Great guy. However, man, I give him shit about his car. But like, if I said some shit about a car and he couldn't keep up, no love no more. Like, you know, I don't respect you no more, because if you acting like this is your passion and it's not mine and I can outclass you, then you get no love. But this motherfucker outclassed me every day on that. And that's why I was trying to test James a little bit. And anyone that knows, man, James is someone I consider a fucking great friend of mine. And so I challenged him a little bit, and immediately, like, and I couldn't stress that enough, immediately shut me the fuck down. And I literally just stopped and was like, okay, I respect what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
And luckily for me, I just got done learning about calves. You know what I mean?
But for the record, though, like, I do sit there and as much as I'm not in shape, I do sit there and understand what it takes to get in shape. So I do have some knowledge on the subject. So I wouldn't have approached it if I had no knowledge. I mean, I might have, but I do have some knowledge on the subject. And that's why I kind of was like, okay, let me ask him this. Fuck this. Because I had thought, like, I watched 7 videos last night on YouTube, motherfucker. Athlete X. You know what I mean? You're not going to tell me shit. And then he outclassed it. And knew the muscles I was talking about by name. And I did too. But, like, the fact that he knew it and didn't research it to talk about, like, I did this in preparation to argue with him. And he knew it he had no forewarning and was on point. And I thought, all right, man. And then I see him at lunch. He sits there with a stupid notepad, jotting shit down. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing, dude? Yeah. Like, fuck this shit. But that's why, man, he's going to be my trainer. He's going to get me in shape. And you guys will hear about that story as I progress. Because one day I get on the scale now and I'm like, oh, okay, look, I'm down 6 pounds. And the next day I'm like, oh, I'm up 9. What the, how did it, who gains fucking, so that's down 6 and then up 9? That's fucking what, that's 18 pounds.
A 15-pound swing.
Is it fit? God damn it.
Yeah, and I had a friend today, just today, tell me like, oh, dude, I know where you got this from. And I'm like, yeah, no, I got that from there. I'm not like, this is not from just me, you stumbled across the same video I found, right? But I was like, the thing is, you get all this knowledge, and I was like, the worst thing you can do is try to apply it all. You don't apply everything at once. You take pieces.
You get, because you can't consume it all at once reasonably, right?
Well, you can't apply it all at once because you'll fucking get lost.
You can consume it, but it won't actually sink in.
Yeah,
that's what I guess I was trying to say. Wow, way to shut me down on that too.
and it's hard to manage it all. Like, you can't necessarily manage everything at once. So you implement what works.
All I gotta say is this: I'm obviously super fucking fit, and I don't have to care about it. I'm genetically inclined to just not have to worry about it, and I'd outdo everybody around.
Once Ken decides to do it, I have no doubt.
We have a plan.
I have no doubt.
A plan, and you know my plan. I've expressed to you my plan, and I will do it.
So everybody.
Yeah, let's make it clear. Let's make it official.
I got an email from LA Fitness because they've been shut down during this pandemic, and they so obviously I'm paying my bill, right? So they send me an email saying, okay, you got 2 options. Option 1. Since you can't go to the gym, what we're going to do is we're going to tack on 1 month to the end of your contract for free. Or option B, we'll go ahead and give a friend or family member a 3-month membership for free. And I thought, oh,
who's that friend going to be?
I was like, man, I hope Ken's ready, because if not, I'm going to have to take the month free.
No, fuck you, man. Give me the 3.
I'll give you the fucking 3, and hopefully you're ready for it.
But I need you to go at a reasonable time.
Whatever.
Don't make the commitment right here on the radio waves. Make the commitment. You go at a reasonable time.
What's reasonable?
That I could actually fucking go.
We can make a plan to do like a 1 or 2 day a week.
No, fuck you, man. Fuck you, man. Look, that's okay, and I accept that as long as you provide me with a workout plan. At one point, you have. No, actually, that was Tyree. My boy I work with, Tyree, shout out Tyree, super fit, Planet Fitness motherfucker, told me don't set up the lunk alerts, which, if we gonna mention that real quick, lunk alerts are weird. That is so weird to have that. There's a whole thing on YouTube. If you guys don't know about it, go on YouTube and look up lunk alerts. It's fucking weird. Okay, man, blew my mind. I get it. But it's weird. You know what I mean? Like, who are you attracting here? You know what I mean? Anyway, point I'm making is, though, he gave me a workout plan, and I went one time and never went again. And then I went with Anthony, too. And I went one time, and I was like, man,
you broke me.
You broke me. You literally, you Seabiscuited me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Shout out, because he mentioned Seabiscuit earlier, but I think Seabiscuit won the fucking race.
I'm sure I
didn't win shit. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I fucking gracefully bowed out, but it was graceful. You know what I mean? However, man, no, I'm poising myself for a graceful, a fucking radiant return to the fucking forefront of everything, and I will be there.
We'll take Anthony One's saying, and yeah. It's a minor setback for a major comeback.
Keep the worms warm.
That was mine.
Yeah, well, keep the worms warm.
You got to keep the worms warm.
It's morphin' time. That was mine. So we had one from everybody. Mine was it's morphin' time.
It was up there for a while.
As you can tell, I'm the fucking jokester of the fucking crew.
He's the clown.
I'm a fucking idiot is what we're getting at. You know what, though? Somebody very close to me told me that I'm not an idiot. Thank you for that.
I don't think you're an idiot. I think you're unique. You're more weird than you let people know.
No. I disagree with you. I think I'm less weird than I portray myself to be. I portray myself to be super weird because I like to get reactions out of people. I like people to feel comfortable. And I think I have this. If you wanna get into this, I will talk about it. I think I have this thing where I get people. If I'm meeting somebody and then you're in the group and you're kicking it, I want you to be down. I want you to feel comfortable, and I will go out of my way to whatever you're interested in and what you want to talk about, to make it like I'm fucking weird for it, so you feel comfortable. I'd rather that. But once you're a part of the crew, now I will fuck with you. You know what I mean? I actually, man, it's funny, man. I'm gonna bring this topic up. I went out one night with a couple of friends of mine from work. This is right after Kobe Bryant had passed away, which fucking tragic shit there, man.
If it wasn't for COVID-19, I would still be.
Let me say this, man. Just because I don't think we've ever talked about it on this podcast, man. But I'm gonna say this, man. Kobe's one of the most influential people I've ever thought I've ever known in my life, man, in all aspects. You know what I mean? Like, and I'd say that in the sense of like, man, and this I liken back to me and Anthony. We're both competitors, man. Like, we're very competitive. You know what I mean? James is very nice and everything. He's a competitor too, but he's just very nice in that regard. Like, he comes at it like in a different aspect, I think. But me and Anthony, I thought, we're both kind of embracing this Mamba mentality. You know what I mean? And it was like, man, it can only be fucking one, you know? And that's why I love Anthony so much for it. And that's why I was watching the video about Kobe and Allen Iverson. And I thought, man, both fucking great players. However, man, they had to go through their battle to get to the respect level. And that's why I always liken that to me and Anthony. I thought, literally, I watched this shit last night and I thought like that was me and Anthony. You know what I mean? Like, I respected him every fucking step of the way. But we had to go through this shit to gain the respect for each other. Like, I had to challenge him. He had to challenge me. And we had to fucking push each other to the fucking brink of what the fuck we could deal with. And we did. And I love that motherfucker for it. I've told him that straight to his fucking face. And he'll hear this and he'll know. But whatever. Bigger point. Point I'm trying to make is, though, fuck, dude.
But the thing is, like, I didn't realize how much of an impact, because obviously we all grew up, you know what I mean? We all grew up with him and with Kobe, and it's like you didn't really know how much he meant, like how deep it went. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the thing I want to point out with you and Anthony specifically with that mama mentality is like, I'm okay with that fucking raw, like just fucking butting of heads. You know what I mean? Because you look at any great like field or profession or like you got a teacher or a fucking master in anything. No, people look at chefs and the chefs treat their fucking sous chefs like shit, like dog shit.
Yeah.
But they're learning and they're fucking there's an expectation there. And that's why there's a lot that goes into that's why I fuck with you guys. Because I know that no matter the reason you're being the way you are is because you have a certain fucking method or you got a certain expectation. And I'm okay with that. It's about finding how to get to that expectation.
All right. Well, I agree with you. And I'm going to be totally honest with the whole audience here. I don't know what the fuck I was getting at. I fucking blew it.
Well, you talking about Kobe and then you lost it.
Yeah, Kobe got me fucking on a whole nother page.
The wheels came off and you fucking fell apart.
The wheels came off and the car fucking skirted to a disgusting halt.
And I drove right by it and I'm looking.
Know what? No, and you drove by and you were like, hey, wow. No, you glanced and was like, oh, you guys suck. I kept going.
I drive by a car accident and I'm like, somebody called 911 already.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah. See, man, my mind, it's like my...
his mind eludes him.
People tell me like you're like a squirrel, you know what I mean, or a dog who sees a squirrel, and I'm like, yeah, no, I am, because you said that, and I remember this one time I saw a car accident right in front of me. You know what I mean? I tend to jump around, but I saw a car accident right in front of me, 2 times. We're gonna talk about both of them. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. One time I'm driving, I'm driving. This is way back in the day. I was dating this chick, man, and she lived far away, and I was like, fucking, I'm gonna go to your house. It's fucking pouring raining, and we're in Southern California. People don't know how to drive in rain.
At all.
But it's fucking pour. I mean, like, at all. Like, holy shit. Andrew, it wasn't as bad as the monsoon we drove through, but that's another topic another day. But anyway, I'm driving to her house. It's fucking coming down hard as fuck. This Subaru, like WRX, passed me, and I was like, all right, man, I see you. You know what I mean? You in a dip. You got a 4-wheel drive. You fucking smashing right now. But I thought like he's going like I'm going 85 and he's going like 130. You know what I mean? Flies past me. And I thought like, oh no, bro. Bad move. Bad move, you know? But I'm like, okay, maybe you got a 4-wheel drive. Fuck it. You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah. You know, you've probably done this before. She flies past me. I keep just going. I'm good. At this point, it's pouring that bad where I'm going like 65. I'm like, nah, I'm going to buy by the laws. You know what I mean?
Well, if I know you, your windshield wipers weren't working so well either.
Yeah, no, at this point, no, you're right. Today, no, they were great.
Today,
but however,
yeah.
at that point, yes, you're right. I was like, I can't say a fucking thing. You know what I mean? No, yeah. This is back in my Honda Civic days, and I was like, man, these things suck.
And I can relate to Ken on that because my windshield wipers, when it's raining, sometimes I wouldn't even turn them on because they made it worse.
Yeah, it was like I usually use my hand like intermittently, like okay, it's bad enough. I got to turn it on.
So 65 is good.
Yeah. So whatever, just do pass me, whatever the fuck, whatever. I keep driving, but I thought like, man, you're fucking up. Then I get up and I go about 10 miles further. And I see this dude is turned around, has smashed into the side median. He crashed, fucked up. And there was no one on the freeway by this point. It's like fucking 3 a.m. There's no one on the fucking road. But he was going too hard, crashing the fucking road, fucked up. Then, okay, so now the big one I'm going to get into is I was leaving somebody's house one night. I was leaving a friend of mine's house. And I wear contact lenses. So in this particular situation, I think I had just been out for a while. I didn't take my contacts out. I think they ended up one ended up falling out.
They were like the windshield wipers blown out.
Yeah, it was blown out. It fell out. You know what I mean? So I'm driving home. Actually, no, I think I had glasses at the time. But this is my old prescription. It was an old prescription.
Hey, just so you guys know, if you guys are listening to this podcast, you guys have ever drank out of a fucking whiskey glass, go ahead and put that whiskey glass up to your eye. That's how thick his glasses were. they were about a 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch thick fucking lenses.
Well, you know what, man?
And they were circular.
I want to talk shit, but he's right. It's a fair statement. My glasses were pretty bad.
They were terrible. Who let you get those? Who were you dating at the time?
But hold up again. Still hot as fuck with those glasses, man. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Fuck you, man. You know what, man? Hey, let your mind speak for everything else, and fuck everything. So fuck off. Let me finish my story.
Hey, shout out to Gilbert. I remember you walked in one time with those glasses into work, and he goes, "What the fuck?" And I could just tell you were just crawling. Your skin was crawling at that point.
It was, man. And you know what though, Gilbert? There's a few people that could talk all the shit they want. Gilbert is one of them. He could talk all the shit, and I'm like, I respect what you're saying. I like that guy, and he's my boy, so it's all good.
So go ahead. Back to your story.
So I'm driving home though, and these aren't those glasses. These aren't the thick ones. The ones that should be thick, but they're not, and I can't see shit.
They weren't there yet.
But I'm driving home, and I realized this car smashed past me. It's like a G37, some shit. And I look and I was like, man, this guy's really flying, man. It's raining pretty hard. He probably should chill out. But he fucking flies past me. And again, I got like a fucking 30-mile drive home. So I identify, you know what I mean? Like, it's raining hard. People don't know how to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm going 70 maybe, you know what I mean? At best. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to keep it cool because you guys are going to fuck up. And then, remember, I can't hardly see shit. You know what I mean? I can't really make out anything. But I see this real faint red light in the middle of the freeway. And I'm looking at like, is that light in the freeway? Or is it not? Like, am I fucking up?
Am I seeing things?
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I think like, oh, I'll get closer. And I get closer and closer. And the light has not faded away. And it's if anything, it's getting stronger. And then I get closer, and then I'm like, oh my God, there's a car sideways in the middle of the fucking freeway. Okay, in the middle of the freeway. So here I am. It's 3, 4 in the fucking morning. It's a car facing sideways. Like you know, freeway goes north-south. How this car's facing east-west. Okay, this is not good, you know. However, and to be fair, I'm a little intoxicated in the moment. You know what I mean? I've had a few drinks. And I cannot see well, you know what I mean? As my glasses were not up to par at this point. But I noticed this because I'm on my shit, and that's what we do, you know? And I'm like, wow, I need to identify that. And I pull up, and so I slow way the fuck down. Okay, I'm going about 10, 15 now. You know what I mean? So pump them fucking brakes. And I pull up, and then I see some lady on the side, too. And she's outside the car. She's, like, yelling at me, hey, can you help me? And I look at her, and I look at the car in the middle of the road, and I thought, like, hell no. You know what I mean? Yeah, smash. Pedal to the metal, you know what I mean? Like, hell no, I can't. I don't know what's going on here, lady. You trying to rob me? I don't trust you. No, but the reality is, man, like, I didn't stop. The reality is, no, I did not stop. I drove right past him. But I thought, like, man, this car's in the middle of the fucking freeway, like, this covering 3 lanes. And I was like, I think someone's going to die. Like, I'm just glad I didn't die, you know? It's 3 a.m. People are shit-faced. It's a Saturday. I'm going home. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. And I, like, literally to this day, I sit there and I think, like, was that the bad move? That was a bad move.
Well, I got a story in my fashion. My fashion, the kind that, like, just sees shit and just continues on. So I'm driving home late one night, and I'm not intoxicated. I just want to get home. I'm about 2 exits from my house. So I'm driving down the fucking freeway, and there's an accident. I see the guy. There's not many cars on the freeway at all because it's real late. I see the guy crawl out of the car bloody. The dude is crawling out of his car on the freeway bloody. And I just think, oh, I got 2 more exits, man. And I just but I will never forget watching him crawl out of the fucking car. And I just keep going. Like, I don't call the cops. I don't. Yeah. You know, there's another car there, so I'm like,
I'm never a cop caller. I'm not.
It's not natural.
Yeah, no. I usually like nah. Like, it has to be the worst case. Like, okay.
I gotta know you.
No, hold on. Fuck
and
that.
You gotta be like, call 911.
Fuck that. I remember when I was a kid. I was just like 19, maybe barely turned 18. I'm driving up the street by my parents' house, and it's like a windy road a little bit, but it's not really that bad. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a wind. It's a little bit of a wind. I'm going to tell you the streets. It's fucking beach going up to like fucking Summit. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but that's the street I was on. And some dude was on a motorcycle, came down, misjudged the turn. There's a little bit of a fucking curve. And I see it happen. And I'm young. I'm like 17. And I see it happen. His bike hits the fucking curb and flies in the air. I mean, like does like fucking 12,000 flips. Okay? I'm not even, like, guys, I'm not bullshitting you. 12,000 rotations this guy's bike did, okay? Before it hit the ground. 12,000. Quote me on that. This guy, he doesn't do one flip. He just slides. But I am terrified, right? Like, I'm like, oh my God, this man is dead. Like, I'm looking at the bike and I'm thinking, he's died. He has died right in front of me. I just witnessed a fucking murder, and he did it to himself. You know what I mean? So I stop. I pull over. I stop. But I'm in a neighborhood that I knew some people that I didn't really like hanging out with. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't really want to be in this neighborhood. I don't want them to see me here. I don't want to talk to them. It's not that we didn't get along. It's just I didn't want to hang out. And I was like, fuck. I had to be here. You know what I mean? It was just really shitty. I don't care, you know, fuck it, you know, whatever. I don't want to be there. But I stopped. I fucking stopped and I parked in the neighborhood and I got out and I walked back over there to look at the dude, make sure, like, hey, fuck, should I call 911? I walk over there and, like, I see him laying there and I see the bike. The bike is in a billion pieces now, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, he looks hurt. He doesn't look good. He's not looking good. He doesn't look the worst you can imagine, but he doesn't look good. And then I look at the bike and I'm like, wow, that thing is, it's a wrap. That bike is never coming back together.
It's done.
And I thought, like, okay, do I call 911? And I sat there for a minute and I, like, literally sat and looked around and I saw the car stop and I thought, I hope to God you call 911. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be the guy to do it.
Yeah.
And I wait and they get out and they're looking and I was like, hey, you should call 911. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And maybe this sounds a little shitty. fucking just associated with the times we live in. These are white people that are stopping in minivans and shit. And I'm like, yeah, you call 911. I don't want to do it. I'm fucking 17 in a Honda Civic. I'm a nigga, man. And, sorry for putting it that way, but that's the reality of how I think the cops are going to pull up and look at it. And fuck anybody who doesn't agree with me. That's how I looked at it. Like, no, they're gonna pull up, and I'm like, man, I don't know. It's risky. You know what I mean? I don't want to associate myself with this fucking shit that just happened. They were like, you tried to run him off the road. And I'm like, I don't know who this dude is.
I don't think I've ever called 911.
I did one time. My car got stolen. I got a car stolen, and you know what happened? Fuck that. So let me finish that story. So that story, yeah, basically the white people that pulled over in the minivan, I was like, you guys should call 911. They're like, oh my God, we already are. Brett, call 911. And Bobby, did you hit him?
The guy was like, I'm actually an off-duty cop.
Yeah.
I'll call it in straight to fucking
I'm gonna call my
dispatch.
brother, who's actually the sheriff. And I was like, yeah,
He did it like
terrific.
he did it like a Law and Order. I need a bus at beach.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was like, I was never here. You know what I mean? And I went to fuck home, Anyway, though, the only time I've ever called the police in my life, is Easter fucking Sunday, man. I got up to go to work. I get up to go to work, and I have my own spot and shit, man. I have an apartment, and I walk outside, and I'm like, my car's not here. I don't even think I got drunk last night, because, sometimes you're drunk. You're like, where the fuck I park at?
Dude, where's my car?
No, I was pretty sober. And I was like, man, the car is not in the fucking parking spot. So I'm pretty sure I left it here last night. It's not here now. What the fuck's going on? So for a while there, I'm like really deliberating with myself, like, were you drunk? And I walked around the parking lot, like, maybe you fucked up.
Scratching your head, like,
yeah.
fuck,
Did you park over there? And I walk around, and I'm like, no, you fucking didn't. And so it becomes vague. It becomes fucking
apparent,
more than clear that the car's not here and it was here. So I was like, okay, there's only one thing to do. I call the police, and then this is when I'm like 19. Call the police and tell them, hey, man, my car got stolen last night. Easter Sunday, too. I'll never forget it. It was Easter Sunday. I had to go to work, and I was mad that I had to work. Nobody else did, but I did. I worked at TJ Maxx, and that was trash. But, you know what, man? Shout out to the people there. They weren't that bad. They made it fun. Anyway, so cop ends up, you call the cops, and like, yeah, we'll be there in like an hour. It's like 6 hours later to show up at the door, okay? And this is back in my day. I used to smoke a lot of marijuana, man. Maybe this isn't the best thing to say, but fuck it. Let's just be honest. Is that not the point of what we do here? Let's just call it what it is.
That's the whole point.
So, man, I used to smoke trees. I used to smoke marijuana, Mary Jane, Puff the Magic Dragon, if
the
you will.
reefer.
The reefer madness. So the cops finally show up. They knock on the door. I let them in and shit. I'm not thinking twice about anything. Then we walk into my living room and I look at the table, the kitchen table, and I realize
Fleshlight.
No, not fleshlight.
It was too soon.
I had hid the fleshlight. The fleshlight was no.
That was before the fleshlight.
This is before fleshlight was invented.
Yeah.
But man, we would have been in trouble if that was out. Anyway, I let him in and then I realized that, oh my God, there's a gigantic bong sitting on my fucking kitchen table, and this cop is looking right at it. And so I look at him and I go, I'm sorry, man. Let me get that out of your way. And I put it where the water heater goes, and he's literally looking at me like, just fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, because at this point, that's okay. It's legal to have that, but you'd have to have, the other part.
Yeah.
And I would have argued it. And you know me, James. I'm an arguing motherfucker, man. If I want to argue, I'll argue it.
That's the base.
I'll be like, oh, really?
Or a vase.
It's for tobacco, you sir. Okay? Whatever. But I had to hide this shit, man. But the cop comes and all this. And like, honestly, a week later, they found my car. And it was in Placentia, California. And I go there, and I'll never forget it because I felt like there was a total pedophile in the fucking police station when I got there. And that is why I'll never forget that day, because I thought, like, this is weird that this is the world we live in.
Hey, Placentia, California, let's just be honest. It's like half white and half like, oh, shit, where am I?
Literally, I was in the half, whoa, shit, where am I? Because I was like, dude, you're a total pedophile and fuck you. And I went there with like little kids that came with me, you know what I mean? My family's brother and sister. and they were young at the time. And I remember sitting there being like, and I remember literally in front of this dude, like, I looked at him and said, "No, hey, you guys get away from that fucking dude. Come here." And he looks at me, and the cops look at me behind the mirror too, like, you know, the behind the counter, and they look at me like approvingly, like, yeah,
move.
Yeah. Get him the fuck away from that fucking weirdo. And I was like, yeah, dude, because I'd fucking kill this motherfucker right here. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, to me, man, in this world, there are the two things that would upset me more than anything else is people who prey on little kids and old people, because they're defenseless, man. You know what I mean? I just find it one of the most shitty things I can ever imagine. Like, if you want to be an asshole, man, but play people that at least had a chance. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta outsmart them, you outsmart them. Fuck it, take that. That's shit too, but at least take that. But you take advantage of it, fuck anything else. But kids, man, you get no love from me, dude. You're the biggest piece of shit in the world in my eyes. And you know how I say, you piece of fucking shit, dude. No love, no fucking love. Fuck out of here. And that's where I stand with that.
So we like to end every episode with a little bit of truth, right?
Well, that was a little bit of truth right there.
A little bit of truth. You got anything else?
You know me. I could go all night.
We end every episode with a little bit of truth, something that really is either we're noticing, something that bothers us, something that's going on that we're, or somebody that just needs some honesty. It could be someone you love that, hey, you got to get going, do something. But my thing right now, my truth right now during this pandemic, if you're on social media, which you probably are, you see a lot of people that are bored at home that the one thing that's getting to me right now is you see a lot of people who are trying to be into fitness, trying to be on their game. And you see a lot of fitness influencers that are like, hey, look it, I know we're all dealing with a tough time in this world right now, globally, right? We're all dealing with a tough time. And what they're doing is they're saying, you know what? Since I know you guys are stuck at home, what I'm going to do for you guys, I care about you guys. I really, truly care about you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you 20% off my home guide. What? Look it, guys. Fuck that. Let's get some shit out for free. Let's love each other.
Price.
No.
Pay full price.
No. No. The only reason you can't sell your gym workouts because they're at home. And if they're stuck at home, then help them out.
You know what, man?
Okay, let's help each other. Let's not try to fucking capitalize off this shit.
I love the
Let's
fact
not
that you said
pretend.
that.
Let's not pretend like we're doing each other a favor. If you want to help someone, help them out. Okay? Because there's gonna be more to go around always.
You know what?
That's my truth.
Okay, let me chime in because I'm gonna jump on your truth because I had a truth, but fuck that truth right now. But that was gonna be a shout out, man. You know who I was gonna shout out, so we'll just leave it at that because you know who it is too.
I know.
However, now she knows too. All right, but anyway, the bigger point is this. I absolutely agree with you, man. I think this our American society, especially in America, is full of shit like that. People trying to capitalize on situations that are fuck that. Let me put this in a fucking way. I want to make it clear. We live in a capitalist society, and I understand that. And so, money is king, and everyone wants to capitalize when you can. I understand that. And you know what? That's the downside to a capitalist society. However, I'm not necessarily opposed to it or for it. But I think too, man, sometimes you got to understand how to have some compassion and stop trying to bullshit people into doing something. Like James just said. Don't try to trick people and saying, oh, yeah, now it's a discount. Nah, man, you need people to subscribe because no one's subscribing because they can't go do it.
Yeah.
So just fucking acknowledge that, and people would respect you for that. You know what I mean? Like, you could probably get way further than that if you just acknowledge that and respected that. Come up with some home workouts then. You know what I mean? Do some things that people could do and sell your shit to people. Learn how to be fucking about something and adapt your fucking things to what's going on. If you're really about it, that's what I say, man. I challenge my boy here, man. I know my boy wants to be a trainer and wants to do that. And he's smart enough and good enough to know how to adapt himself to do that. And if you're not, then fuck you. Then you suck. And you shouldn't be doing anything you're talking about. You adapt yourself to what is fucking here and what's present and what you can do. And if you can't, then get real. Man, and you're not fucking ready to do it. And that's it.
And I'm not against capitalism, but let's just not phrase it that way right now. Right now, like if you
but you gotta understand in our society, man, it's always capitalism. Like as much as we might not, because we're not that, right? Because we're not in that world. But the people that are, they always are, and I understand it. But even if you want to be a capitalist, and that is all your mentality is, there's a right way to do it. Is all I'm saying. It's like you can do it and do it where it actually. People that actually have the money and the resources can do something that can actually be beneficial and they can make money. You could capitalize on a pandemic, bro. People are. Look at Clorox and fucking tissues and shit.
Yeah, you can. You can. But let me just tell you this. If I'm listening to that ad, right? Whatever it is, fucking a post or whatever, yeah, you go ahead. But if I see a 20% on there, fuck off. If I see a 50% off, okay, you're trying
My
hard
man
enough.
is trying to get some discounts.
You're trying. I know at that point, I think you're trying hard enough.
But I would say too, though, but make it geared towards what the situation is, and it probably could have been that from the jump in that regard. Then, and that's what I'm saying. Even if you look at corporations and like people that have to go to work every day, but could probably have worked from home anyway. It's like, man, if anything, man, let's learn from this situation. That's what I think is our downside, man. It's like let's just fucking try to learn from situations that we see here and understand what it is. You know what I mean? Like people, could you gear a workout towards people to do things at home and not have to pay for a gym membership and not have to do that? You could, and you absolutely could. And right now should be your time to optimize that and do that, which is why I respect what I think you could bring to the table, because you could do that, right? And you would understand that, and you've done it yourself lately and you've been forced to do so. But imagine to some extent, you got to see, like, do I have to go to the gym all the time? Do I have to do these things? Could you not figure something out on your own? It's probably beneficial and easier at the gym. And I understand that because you're actually doing a lot of things. But then there's also the other aspects of, like I said, corporations, where it's like, oh, work from home. How many people could you have had working from home that didn't need to ever go to work? That could have been doing this from the jump. How many of these other situations could have fucking been going on that we've just been blatantly... and overlooking that we could have been fucking optimizing to make the most for everyone anyway.
I'm just a big believer in karma. So when it comes to the karma
bullshit, man. Whatever. No. My name is Earl.
I'm a big believer in karma, and what I think is that what we're learning is that most of this shit don't matter anyways. Most of the shit does not matter.
Like what?
Like when you're following certain people on social media, a lot of
none of that matters.
Most of it doesn't matter. Some of it is actually beneficial, but some of it's like, hey, we're learning now, it's not worth it. Okay, so like I said, my truth is like, hey, let's help each other out, let's do the right thing, and let's keep it rolling. Okay, so until next time, guys, we will talk to you guys again real soon.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Again, man, we appreciate everything here.
Go subscribe, leave comments, and feedback's always welcome.
Always, man, I would say, man, challenge us with some shit. If you disagree with anything we said or you have a different perspective, voice that. Or you know what?
If you want to come on, hit us.
Yeah, no. Let me make this clear. Nah, fuck that. If you want to come on, man, you better have some real shit to say, and you better leave a comment and be some real shit, because otherwise, and I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Me and James will eat you alive, and that's what the fuck we do.
We're hungry.
Oh yeah, we hungry, this motherfucker. We Tiger King in this motherfucker, goddamn it, but not on meth. You know what I mean?
Not on meth and not gay. Not not trying to seduce anybody, but let's all just get it going. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Let's do it.
Right.